The beans are cool, but and we are live. Um, but yeah, we're rating teams here, and we're vibing a little bit. Derrick Henry trade. I think Derrick Henry gets traded. I like having Tajay Spears sitting on my bench. It looks like Malik Willis will not be the starter this weekend. At least I believe that's what I've heard. Not sure if that's
Who is
correct.
it, Will?
Yeah, I think it's Will Levis is getting some run. So
That's
that'll be interesting.
just as interesting.
Would you trade Achon for King Henry?
Yeah.
Mm, I don't know.
I probably would.
I
I
like
mean,
the thought of like King Henry on another team. That's the only real like difference.
Yeah, I just think wherever Henry goes, he's still going to be on like a bit of a.
Leash or something.
Yeah, he's going to be in a committee wherever he goes, I think. Like, there's not going to be many places where he's going to go and get like 20 carries a game. I feel like you might in the playoffs or something, but I feel like majority of the options that are out there, he's going to get like
What if he went to the
15 carries or
Rams?
something and be part of a committee of some sort.
What if he
Like
went
even
to
in
the
Baltimore,
Rams?
I think they'd be feeding the ball to those other collection of dudes.
But the Rams.
I mean, I still think Kyron gets all the passing down workload and stuff like that.
Interesting. Interesting.
I agree, but I
think
feel like
his current.
for me, the future is like it might be a little bit better with the future of HA and him just being like young and kind of breaking out the few weeks before he got injured. But like, I feel like there's just as much of uncertainty about the commission in Florida as there in Miami as there is like with Derrick Henry going somewhere. Like it's going to be Raheem, it's going to be Jeff, it's going to be him like kind of working back in the system, right?
I also love
Yeah, it just feels like in that situation, there's room for both of them to have good games. Whereas in Tennessee right now, there's like potential for like neither of them have good games.
Yeah.
I also love
So it's just
how
kind of a weird
everyone's
balance
injured.
there. But
Oh, you're like saying in the case that he like doesn't go anywhere.
yeah, I mean, even if he goes
Okay.
somewhere, I think the committee, the Dolphins
What up,
won when
Doug?
Achon and Mostert were playing together was like the only committee I've ever seen that they're both super viable.
That's fair.
We're just vibing here. We're gonna get started in rating these guys' teams. And how exactly do people get their teams rated here, Jackson?
All you got to do is go to the link in our TikTok bio and join the Discord there. Once you're in the Discord, just send me a direct message. My username is at Jamario Moon, like the ex NBA player, and I'll help get you set up and get your team on the stream tonight.
Appreciate the love, Doug Dimmadome. And we're gonna get into
How many
this
teams
here.
do we have to start out?
Think about 10,
We
right?
yeah we have 9.
Okay.
Lamar,
Pretty average.
Headache, Bijan, Tony Pollard, Nico Collins, Puka.
Are these
Dalton
two different
Kincaid.
apps?
Whoa! What is going on here?
I didn't even
Yeah.
realize
Here,
that first.
hold up. I can hold up. I can fix this. I think.
We're gonna do some quick surgery on this. Technical difficulties. Back to the beginning.
Surgery on a grape.
Good ape.
Okay. This should be the right one.
I am great.
You're good to go.
What the?
What?
Ah.
There we go.
There we go. Alright, we got CJ Stroud, Bijan Robinson, Cooper Cup, Jordan Addison, Sam Laporta, Jacoby Myers. I see how you got those flipped based off these intros. I mean, these three right here are just insane. I think Addison's basically breaking out. Laporta is consistent. Myers has honestly been great.
It's a crack team.
I don't know if I'd be sitting Waddle for Myers though. Like very very strong team. Technically, get a higher end flex play, which I think you can easily do with a combination of Addison, Myers. Not realistically Ridley at this point, but that's what I'd be aiming for, just because I think Waddle can sustain himself in this wide receiver spot. I think Addison realistically is a great flex spot for you as well, but you can add just different varieties. Um, and I'd be aiming for a
Realistically,
running
though,
back.
what makes Waddle better than Jacoby Myers at this point? I mean, Myers has been better than him every single week. I mean, he's a better player, but it might just not be his year.
I just prefer.
There's
Mike
been no
McDaniel.
signs of life there. The target share hasn't really improved. I get that the past would mean that Waddle eventually will figure it out, but like there's no signs of anything new yet.
I just prefer Mike McDaniel as an OC.
How couldn't you?
That's really about it. But overall, like, this is a very stacked team. And not secret matchup, but like a matchup that I think what's really underrated this week is CJ Stroud, and a childhood rivalry match, which will be fun to watch. Let's see here. Lamar Jackson, Bijan, Nico. Okay, so similar team. Okay, this was the other one. With Rashad and Pickens. Rashad getting us those PPR points. I don't know if I mean, the right play was playing Rashad White, but I don't know if I would have done it over Madison or Jones.
Yeah, I would have started Addison probably.
Yeah, or Addison.
I would still maybe start Addison over Nico Collins. Who knows, though? I do think CJ is in a great spot this week, so you might want to just ride that out with Nico because he's going to have to throw the ball to someone. I mean, obviously you lucked out. You started the right guy, but I mean, I would potentially start Addison. I'm not the biggest Madison fan.
I'd do it over Pickens just because Deontay's there now, and that changes things a little bit.
He played last week, though, and if anything, it made Pickens better because there was not just the threat of Pickens, there was a threat of another guy, which kind of left him more open than he had been the last few weeks.
Yeah. Overall, I like this team. I do think the receiving core is technically weak, but like I also think it's fine in its own right. Like I wouldn't really overcomplicate it. Dalton Kincaid seems to be kind of emerging without Dawson Knox, which is nice to see. I don't know, like it's just such a weird space in fantasy football because I feel like normally if we were sitting here probably last year, this team would be sitting here and be like, okay, this team's not that great. But because of how this year has gone, like this team is actually really good because like this is what's left of like higher quality pieces on a roster that hasn't like fallen completely apart. And Champagne Poppy says, shout out to whoever called the Anytime TD last week. Got you some cash. I'm assuming that thanks should go towards Grant. Considering I think
Wait, for who?
Yeah, for who?
Jameer Gibbs would
Who's
be my
touchdown?
guesstimate.
Oh, yeah, that would be
Yeah.
Bennett.
That would be my guess.
Send me half, brother.
But let's see here. I mean, I like this team. Like, I'd be more than fine having this team. There's not really much you can do to really upgrade it too heavily. I would be trying to sell out of Madison, maybe sell high on Addison himself, and get a higher end flex play or two. But that's really about it. I like this team. I feel comfortable with it. And you have Debo on IR for right now too, which is very helpful when he comes back. Let's see here. We got Lamar, Chase, Zay, Brees. I'm assuming that's Brian, TJ, Rice. Why is Ayuk on your bench? I mean, a very, 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 very stacked team. Like, it's
Tough having. This person also, I think, told me they had 8 chains, so 3 injured running backs. No fun.
Jesus, that's not fun. But still a very, very strong team, and I wouldn't be too concerned personally. Yeah, I think very strong team here still.
Yeah, I don't know if you can do much better. Like at this point in the season, especially with like all your injury concerns, your team looks pretty stacked and ready to take on the playoffs. Like,
and take on the playoffs. They will. But yeah, like super strong team, dude. Like there's really nothing to say. Let's see here. We got Lamar, Christian McCaffrey, Alvin Kamara, Keenan Allen, Brandon Ayuk, T.J. Hawkinson, Garrett Wilson.
even got some footnotes in this one.
Ooh. Oh, so I gotta read these through. Looking through this now.
Dropping after this week for Kyler, most likely.
I just
think that's
don't
fine.
think
I don't think you need
Kyler's needed. Yeah.
I mean, if you want him just to start when do the Ravens already have their bye week?
Like if you want to do it for McCole Hardman, I think that's fine because it's like okay, like McCole Hardman's not doing anything.
I mean, the Ravens have a bye week in like 4 weeks, but there's no reason to do it now. I mean, there's always a risk of like a guy like Lamar who runs a lot, getting injured or something. So I don't hate it as a pickup, but yeah, I would be dropping maybe that defense. I mean, you still have 2 on the bench there, so.
And let's just make
This
it
team's
simple.
pretty cracked, though.
It's a very cracked team. Like, congratulations. Very, very, very strong team. Yeah. Lamar Jackson, Bijan Robinson, Josh Jacobs, Cooper Kupp, CD. Like, how do people get these teams?
And why do they want them reviewed?
Yeah, like, it, like, it's not helpful to these people. I feel like.
I mean, I guess start-sit stuff. I don't really see anything they could do.
I wouldn't change anything about this. I think there's a lot of upside, and the bench is sick. Like, congrats, kid.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Stroud, Gibbs. I actually don't think Gibbs is as great of a start as everyone thinks, unless if the Raiders just are absolutely, like, dominating, which I do think actually is a decent possibility for this weekend.
Easy there.
But we'll see. They'll get you riled up.
No, I think I'm a Raider fan, and I think that Gibbs is going to go for like 25.
We'll see
Damn.
about that.
I mean, he probably won't get there, but the run defense has been really bad the last few weeks, and I think the Lions are probably going to win by 2 touchdowns plus after an embarrassing week last week. I think they come out with some fire, and they're fired up for this one at home. So I'm not too hopeful about the Raiders, and in turn, I think that means that Gibbs should have a decent game.
True.
I mean, if Deontay Foreman can put up 30, we'll see what Jameer can do.
I mean, you got Debo and Kyron chilling on your bench, and normally you'd probably have like either Addison or Kirk probably chilling there. Very strong. I'd be trying to sell high on Foreman like we've been talking about earlier in the week. I actually think Terry is a very solid option now. I like this team a lot.
Same with Downs.
Yeah. If anything, I want something more sustainable in the running back department, technically, but like Jones is more than fine. Some people are asking exactly how to get their team ready. Go ahead, Grant.
For the team rating, just DM at Jamario Moon on the Discord. The Discord link is in the TikTok bio. But I was going to say that I think that Commanders-Eagles game could turn into a bit of a shootout. It did last time, and it seems like both of these teams' offenses seem to play well against each other. So, yeah, I mean, I'm starting every Eagle I can this week. Devontae Smith is my Jahmyr Gibbs of the week. I think McLaurin could be a good shout as well.
Heard. But yeah, I like this team as well. I don't think that Gibbs is particularly sustainable as like my only technical knack for this team. And that's really about it. But outside of it, I like the team as a whole. Yeah. Zooming in here. We got Kenny Pickett, JT, Tony Pollard, Jamar Chase, CeeDee Lamb. So there's a chance that this team came off to like a slow start. A lot of quarterbacks, two of which are injured, albeit Marquise and Ridley. I mean, it's a very, very, very strong team. If anything, like, try to upgrade the flex spot, but, like, Zay's fine. But I do think you can take it a step further, considering all the depth you have on your bench. I don't think your quarterbacks are helping you, unfortunately. But, like, very, very deep bench with a very strong team. Not really too much to say about this team either.
Kenny Pickett's a tough start, though.
That's like the only thing that sucks about this team. But like JT and Pollard as your starting running backs with Jamar Chase and CeeDee Lamb.
I mean, you'll probably get Fields back soonish, but if it looks like he's not coming back and Deshaun still sucks, you might want to trade some of those bench guys for a quarterback because the rest of your team is nice.
Yeah. But yeah, nothing really too else crazy to say about this particular team. Let's see here. Hurts, Mostert, Hunt, Kupp, Allen, Ingram, Thielen. I would keep my eye on Jonathan Mingo coming out of this post-rookie bye. Just curious to see how that goes down.
It's a good call.
Let's see here.
I mean, Thielen.
I like they have Pittman and realistically Mixon on the bench. I do think Mixon's going to get better than Marquise Brown. Very strong team, but like I do think your running backs technically need to be improved. I would be moving off of Mostert.
Are you guys starting Hunt over Mixon this week?
Yeah.
Yeah, I prefer the Seattle matchup just because I think that we haven't seen Joe Burrow play under center just yet. There's rumors that he is going to be doing more of that, but I'll believe it when I see it.
If Jerome Ford doesn't play, I'm definitely starting Kareem of those two. It seems like there's some chance he practiced a little bit today, so just keep an eye on that. But if he's out, I'm comfortable starting Hunt there for sure, yeah.
I'm convinced Jalen Duren is the best player in that class at this point. This guy is going consistently crazy. Only
he's
6 minutes and 6 points.
He's better than your boy
rebounds.
Paolo?
Bro, 6 points, 6 rebounds in 6 minutes here. I think he even has like a block. Yeah, he's got a block. Like, that's pretty crazy.
Hey. Banchero's your savior.
He is the savior. He's the next big thing. But going back
He's the next, like, Chris Middleton.
That's crazy. That's mad disrespectful. But overall, I like the team. I do think that this, like, middle section here and that of the running backs needs work. Like, I'd be selling high and Raheem Mostert. I'm buying into talent like Austin Eckler because I think he's more sustainable, and I'd be getting into. I don't think Kareem Hunt's sustainable. I think Joe Mixon could be a buy low kind of guy. But that's all based on if that team can actually like get better as a whole. But yeah. Let's see here. I thought the bench was the starters for a second. I was like, damn, that's kind of crazy. Another very, very cracked team. Yeah. I don't have too much else to say. Like, T is technically a big question mark right now because we really don't know his deal with Joe Burrow at the moment.
Would you start Kareem Hunt over Zay Flowers?
No. I think Zay Flowers is in a very good spot to absolutely smash this week. And I want him on my roster. Um, but outside of him, like, I think this team's very strong. Probably had a slow start considering JT was the main guy there, and there wasn't really any other running backs supporting here at the very beginning. But I don't know. I think it's a strong team. Nothing really too crazy about it. I think they do need somebody else to support in the running back department because I don't think Ford, Williams, Hunt, or Sanders are going to be that, at least at this time. Tyjae could be. I think he's very talented, but that's a different discussion. But I really like the receivers. I would just consider spending for a running back to help out with flex / backup if needed. But like, I don't even think the Colts have any buys left, right? I think the Colts are buyless.
Yeah, they pass it by.
Yeah. So I'm not too worried about that, but it is an idea to have floating, I guess. Overall solid team though. And see if Jackson has any more. He's got one more for us. One more team.
Got a few more people in the DMs too, so there might be 1 or 2 added on.
Alright. Sounds good. And then I'll rant about basketball scores.
Why is he showing Jerick McKinnon?
Why not?
They want it's their waiver
Waiver
wire for
wire.
running backs.
Yeah.
Herbert, Puka, Amana, Nico. McCaffrey, Tyjae. Ooh, that's interesting. Fergie with Ayuk. So wide receivers stacked. But that's
Zaire Franklin?
I don't think that.
You got to be trading for a better running back here. You got too many good pieces.
Yeah, you need Tyjae could end up being an absolute smash for you. Like I get the angle, but like you have to have Derrick Henry get traded first.
Of those guys on waivers, though, which one are you most confident finds a big role?
Zeke for me.
I mean, if I'm streaming this weekend, I'll actually take a chance on Jerick McKinnon. Just because I think there's always crazy upside in that offense.
It might be Cam Akers.
I'll say I think Cam Akers.
Yeah,
actually
maybe
has
Cam
a
Akers
legit,
too, yeah.
Like,
He outtouched Madison last week and outsnapped him. I think there's a chance. I don't know. I mean, the offense looked a lot better, and he was actually somewhat efficient too. So I think if that happens again this week, he's definitely a guy you need to add. But aside from that, I'm not sure.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be the only one I'd be really interested in because AJ Dillon would have been my guy of interest, and I had a little interest in him ahead of like preseason, and he just sucks. There's no
He's too
other way
busy
of putting
on
it.
Farming Simulator.
Pretty much, it's kind of impressive, honestly. Like, because he was supposed to be so good, now it's just ass. But story time for another day once
The
again.
quad father.
I also like how Michael Porter Jr. just has like the most random games where he drops like 30 points, but like gets no rebounds, and then some games he gets like 20 rebounds. Like he's got 7 in the first quarter.
He's the most exciting player to watch in the league.
What? Just because he
gets
doesn't
a good
ever
amount of
pass the
rebounds,
ball?
he will never pass. I think his career high in assists is like 4. If he touches the ball, it's going up.
Imagine just getting praised because your coach is like, you pass the ball. Nice. That's
Guys, I'm
crazy.
adding one more team here.
Awesome. Then we'll do a short one again today.
Yeah.
Do you guys have any good chicken wing places around you? Or are you not
Good
into
what?
Chicken wing
wings?
places.
Are you into chicken wings or no?
I am in
I'm-
chicken wings, but I feel like I tend to not be getting them from like the best places, you know? Like Buffalo Wild Wings, Yard House type vibes.
True. What about you?
Yeah, it's,
Grant?
where I am is not really chicken wing central. I feel like if I was in like Texas, or if I was in the South somewhere, I feel like I would definitely want to try it. But here, there's not a ton of just random chicken wing spots. There's like acai bowls and like
You just got
sushi
a bunch
handle.
of bougie, healthy shit.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Avocados. type.
I don't know the last time I had a chicken wing. Honestly,
Just a peach emerges in front of them.
Damn.
But we gotta get you some chicken wings then. But
Yeah,
yeah,
bro.
no, there's a good little hole in the wall place around here. It's got some good chicken wings. I'm gonna go get
What's it
that
called?
after this. It's called Brass Ring. It's been around for
Sounds
like
verified.
80 years or something like that. Little dive bar. It's a good spot. Highly
Age-old
recommend.
recipe.
Bro, it's crazy. I don't know what they do, but
he's
gets me every
asking
time.
if he picks up Akers, should he start him over Ty J? I would say still start Ty J probably.
I'd still
but
start Tajay because like Tajay legit actually could be the starting running back, which is kind of nuts to think that it's gonna happen. I'd go with Ayuk in the flex over Rashee Rice for right now. I do think Rashee Rice is having a role, but I wouldn't overreact to it. What's up, Harville?
What up, Harville?
Harville. CD and Kyron for Eckler. I'd want the Eckler side.
Yeah, same.
I don't think Kyron's going to be a thing in the second half of the season, to be honest. I have a hard time believing that.
do you trade Olave for Downs and Dobbs? I wouldn't.
I want Olave still.
Yeah.
Olave for Downs and Dobbs. Yeah, Olave wins.
Start Kittle or Schultz. Kittle. I think as long as Debo isn't playing, Kittle's must start. Seems like his target share skyrockets in those situations.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see here.
Ridley get back game. I don't know. I tried to call that last week. It did not work. So
It burned us.
I'm staying away from all Calvin Ridley related takes. But
Here's this team we can talk about.
every week feels like it. Yeah.
Yeah.
My theory with that team is that Arthur Smith is actually the gambler. It was never Calvin Ridley. He was just
Yeah, that's
in
a
on it.
good take.
Like, he's the one that's actually taking all the unders. Food for thought.
I mean, he's doing it way too obvious that like he's not even trying to hide that. If that was the case.
Bijan, your head hurts, okay? It hurts. You're sitting today. But Coach, I'm ready to go. I'm ready to... Shut up. Let's see here.
The guy's a jackass.
Pretty much. Let's see here. We got T-Law, Derrick Henry, Darrell Henderson, Keenan Allen, Devontae Adams, Chris Godwin, DJ Hawkinson, Curtis. It must be a pretty deep league to have
What
Curtis
app is this?
Samuel. I'm assuming like Yahoo. Maybe. No, can't be Yahoo. I feel like Yahoo looks cleaner than this.
It's like the NFL app or something.
Maybe. I actually like having Jaden Reed now, once again, because I don't know what the deal is with Christian Watson, but when Christian Watson does not
CBS.
Jaden Reed is more alive. CBS, interesting. Makes sense now.
I would be starting Cortland Sutton over Curtis Samuel.
Just because somehow
This
he
week feels like a
always gets
McLaurin
home.
week, and Sutton has scored like almost every game, and at this point it might not even be a fluke. It might just be what he does every week. And last week he looked better even aside from the touchdowns. He was catching a bunch of passes. I think he had like 8 catches. So yeah, I'm totally comfortable starting Sutton. Is he starting or is that the bench?
That's the bench.
That's a bench, yeah.
If
It
you're
has, like, a
another
flex.
team, like if you were another team, who would you be if you were trying to trade for Cortland Sutton? Terrible way of phrasing that on my end, but what teams
I
I
think
guess you're
Judy-
trying?
I think one of them stays. I don't know which one. I would guess Sutton. Maybe he's the one that stays because Judy's a little younger. I think teams think they could fix Judy.
And Judy was also pulling a Fields and talking crap about the coaching staff.
That was genius.
Yeah, I would. I would bet Judy leaves. I don't know what would be a fun spot though. You mentioned Carolina could be cool. Kansas City. Yeah, I don't know.
We'll see. But I think that is our last team here, unless Jackson surprised us. He did not.
I did
Uh,
not.
But appreciate you guys popping in for this shorter version of rating your guys' respective teams. We still got a solid 30 minutes in today. Appreciate Jackson and Grant popping in on. I know we were on a little bit of a timeline with Sir Grant Ward here. I'm going to go eat some chicken wings. I'm going to go watch the Magic also then dominate against Jackson's Portland Trailblazers.
Are you a dry rub
You're
or
so
a,
far
a
off,
sauce
buddy.
guy?
I'm a big sauce guy. Like, whatever I eat, I have to have sauce.
Just regular buffalo?
Regular buffalo, yeah, that's really it. I like dipping it in some ranch too.
Am I gross for liking garlic parmesan wings?
Nah, I
No.
think that's valid.
Yeah, they're pretty gas, right?
Like I think any flavor is roasted more than fine. I'm just a big sauce guy. Even with like steak,
dry
I like
rubs
getting a
in
sauce
general,
with it.
Jackson.
Like some lemon pepper.
Lemon pepper
Yeah.
is valid too. I really can. I can.
Or like a
roast.
Cajun rub,
Mm,
like a
Yeah.
spicier dry rub.
Yeah.
it's gas.
But anyways, this is gonna get uploaded to YouTube. Figure you guys would enjoy the 2 extra seconds of us talking about various sauces. But that's the end of the recording, so make sure to subscribe there.